Okay, guys, so welcome to our noon huddle. So I'm going to go ahead and let Whitney Haynes and Amber Hastings unmute. I got to listen to a live that these two gals did in a private group and was just blown away by just the simple information that was given and just super, super good information. And Amber has had an ID with Arbonne and has enjoyed the products at a discount, but just recently decided to kick her business up a notch, or actually just really jump in with both feet with the 30 days to healthy living. And you guys, like, she's killing it. Like, in just a matter of days, her business is skyrocketing with not only sales and business builders coming into the business, and they're looking like she's going to go into call for area this month. And regardless, I know you're going to be a new district manager, and we're just super proud of you. So I asked Whitney and Amber if they would just share what they shared on their call. And Whitney's going to interview Amber, ask her a couple questions, and Amber's going to give us all her amazing tips. So I'll go ahead and stop so you guys can chat.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I haven't seen Amber.
Yeah, she's here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you both.
I just can't see you. I guess it doesn't matter if I can see you or not though. Okay guys, so basically in a nutshell, just like Beth said, Amber, has had an ID for a little bit, but really just kind of kicking things up with the 30 Days to Healthy Living and virtual. So as of, I can't remember, I think it was a couple of days ago, she had started using the 30 Days to Healthy Living herself, but had sold 9 kits in 9 days and was looking like she was getting ready to sell the 10th. And of course, Zoe just fell and hit her head. Hang on. Okay, I think we're good. I don't know. Beth, you may have to take over for me. So anyway, I just shared with my team what she was doing and what she was saying. And I think that you guys are going to be blown away with the simplicity of it and just how duplicatable it is. So Amber, we want to hear from you. Tell us what you feel like has really kind of catapulted your business and has allowed you to just kind of take off with this 30 Days to Healthy Living thing and sell and get so many people on the 30 Days to Healthy Living in just a short period of time.
Right. So I started my 30 days 2 weeks ago. So I'm actually on the 14th day today. And so just that first week, I think it was the 3rd day, my energy was just out the roof and I just felt like I needed to share with others. And so I reached out to Whitney and just kind of asked her to tell me what could be a caption on a picture I could put on Facebook. And so all I did was I just took a selfie, like no Arbonne, no, I wasn't holding any Arbonne, anything, just smiling. And I just put as my caption, can't believe how amazing I feel after just a few days of making some simple, healthy lifestyle choices. Can't wait to see how amazing I keep feeling or whatever. And so from that post, I got several responses about like, oh my gosh, tell me your secret. What are you doing? You look great, just from a selfie. And so I would reply back and I would say, I'll message you. And so in the message, I would say, hey girl, I've been doing Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living. Have you ever heard of it? And so from that point, I was kind of talking to people, having some combo with a few people on Facebook. And so on Friday, I decided to take a picture and just to kind of see if I could tell a difference in, the way my body was looking. I knew I was feeling good, but I wasn't sure if you could really tell the difference. And when I put the picture side by side, I was completely blown away at the difference in like just 5 days. And so I was like, wow, I would love to share this, but no one loves to post pictures of themselves, especially, showing the before. I was super proud of the after, but, the before I was like, oh my gosh, I look gross. But I think that's what changed my business was that I just threw that out the window. I was like, I don't care what anyone thinks. I need to share this with others and I need to show them that I'm going through it myself and that I'm going to be vulnerable and transparent. And from that post, I think I've gotten like 50 to 60 comments on, what are you doing? I cannot believe this is 5 days. Like, please tell me what you're doing. And so again, I would do the same thing. I would say, I'll message you, and I would send them a private message and say, I'm doing Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living. Have you ever heard of it? And then from then on, they would say, no, I haven't. And then I would use the verbiage that Whitney has told us to share And it's just been really successful talking to people about the program.
Okay, awesome. And so then from there, I know we discussed this, and for everybody that's on the call, Beth has all of this. I know she's posted it in her team page, but she's also going to copy and paste it and post it again. So if you're like, what verbiage? You've probably seen it before, but you're going to get to see it again. So then from there, she would basically give like a quick rundown of what the program was in a nutshell. The message is like this long, just like long enough to see on one screen. And then sometimes people would ask her, or not really ask, they would make comments and statements like, okay, well, thanks for the info. I'm going to do my research and I'll let you know. And so I was telling Amber, I'm like, anytime somebody says that they're going to do their research, it's always best if we give them the website to research. So we give them and kind of guide and direct their research. And so Amber, do you just kind of want to share with them, like if they would ask for more information or say they were going to do their research, kind of like where you would go from there?
Right. So several people would say, oh, that sounds awesome, but I think I need to look into it, or do you have a website? I need to research it. And so from then I would kind of gauge, like if they're around my age, a little bit younger, I would send Peyton's nutritional video where she explains the program. But if they were a little older or they had mentioned some health concerns to me, then I would send Dr. Cook's video just to have more of a medical professional side of the program.
Okay, awesome. And then just for everybody that's on the call, what we have discovered and what we have been doing is actually sharing the Facebook links to these videos versus the YouTube links to the videos. And the reason being is because when you send I actually have it pulled up on my computer right now, the Facebook link that we send, that's Peyton standing in her kitchen talking about the 30 days to healthy living. It has over 80,000 views. And it has thousands of comments and thousands of likes. So when you send that to a prospect or to a stranger, they're pulling up the video and they can see the thousands of comments, the thousands of likes, and it really starts to put it into their perspective, like, wow, there's a ton of people doing this program. And in kind of the millennial generation, we use the term FOMO sometimes, fear of missing out. And it just creates this excitement, and people are like, oh my gosh, like I want to do that. She's doing that. I want to do that too. The same thing with Dr. Tanda Cook's video. We'll send the Facebook link instead of the YouTube video link. It also links them back to their website. And I want you guys to think about that. It doesn't matter what MVP you use or what RVP you use. If you're sending a link to a live from their actual Facebook, they're seeing the white Mercedes. They're seeing the Arbonne success. They're seeing thousands of views, thousands of comments, thousands of likes. And so they're seeing nothing but Arbonne success. And so I think that also is really important when we're giving them information. And then, of course, in addition to the video, we have sent the actual nutrition link or the ingredient policy link from Arbonne's website to them. We're like, oh my gosh, this is great information. If you're looking for some more info about ingredients or how we formulate, like check this out. And we kind of guide them in the right direction there. So Amber, after that, like as far as, letting people know the price and things like that, you are also just copying and pasting the same verbiage that we have, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so then from there, you guys, I also just wanted to share what we were talking about on our live video. She didn't just stop there. And I know that Beth shared this in her Nation page the other day, a training of beautiful blonde Mariah that's in qualification for national vice president in 9 months in her Arbonne business. And that was actually the first video that I shared with Amber when she was talking about kind of jumping back into the business. Because I'm like, girl, things have changed so much. Like, check out this cute blonde. She just went in qualification in 9 months. And I said, this is what we're doing. Like, this is how we're talking to people. And so some of the things that we've kind of picked up on and have been implementing in our business is not just talking to the people that comment on our photos. And I think we've shared this before on one of these huddles, but also following up with the people that like your photos, and then also finding additional people from there. So Amber, can you kind of just share with us, like, what do you say when someone likes your photo? And then if it's someone that hasn't liked or hasn't commented, how are you finding those people, and who are you choosing to reach out to?
Right. So just recently, the past week, I think I've reached out to an average of like 40 people a day. And I've just kind of gone through my Instagram, and I only have like 1,000-ish followers. I don't know if that's a lot or not. But, you know, I've just been kind of taking some time out of every day to reach out to at least that many people. And I'll just say, hey, girl, have you ever heard of Arbonne? And so usually they'll say, sometimes they don't respond, but sometimes they do. And they'll say, no, I haven't. What's that? And so I would say, if I send you a video, will you watch it? Which is what Mariah said that she did. And so I've reached out to a lot of people that way, but some people have actually responded to me and said, oh, I've been seeing like that you've been losing weight. Is that what you're doing? And so from then on, I kind of moved that conversation into talking about the 30-day program. And I think I've actually sold one off of just asking, hey, have you ever heard of Arbonne? And so I just kind of moved the conversation in whichever way they respond to me.
Right. And this has also helped lead you to sharing the business opportunity with people as well.
Right.
Because that's your purpose and your intent. And like, hey, have you ever heard of Arbonne? Is just sharing the business with people and then kind of seeing where it goes from there. So I know one of the things that we were talking about is, you know, you just kind of like look to see who had viewed your story for the day. And I also know that Mariah shared that in her video. She would just look to see like who had been watching her story. And those were the first few people that you started reaching out to. Hey, have you ever heard of Arbonne?
Right.
And it didn't matter that the story wasn't about Arbonne. It was just your story, like whatever you posted for that day.
Yeah. Those are the people I've reached out to first. And then I'll kind of, even if they haven't watched my story, I'll still reach out to them, just to finding those extra people to make that 40 contact a day.
Yeah. To reach out to 40 plus people a day. That's awesome. So I'm trying to look through our conversation on here about reaching out to people. Oh, I know the other thing I wanted to touch on. So, and you and I have talked about this, and I think we've shared this on the team huddle before, but we've kind of been like moving through this hierarchy of when somebody reaches out and asks you about the 30-day program after they see your results, you know, we share the full price with them. If they say they got to wait till payday, we wait till payday, we follow up about the full 30-day kit. If it's just an absolutely no way, I could never afford that in a million years, we'll offer like a half kit option to them and pull out a few things to help them get started. But what we've been doing from there is, you know, if they order a full kit or a half kit, after we process their order, we will ask them like, hey, I'm so excited for you to get your products and get started. Would you mind if I sent you a photo and a caption to go with it? Would you share that on your social media? You may be surprised. You may have a few friends that want to join you. And so Amber, like from there, because I know you had one of the first gals that did it, she posted for you, and kind of like tell us what came out of that.
Right. So one of the first girls that purchased from me, I just asked her, I was like, hey girl, would you care to post my before after picture? I'll give you exactly what to say in the caption. And if people ask, you know, what I'm doing and what you're about to do, just say that you'll message them. And then from then, she started a group message with me, that person, and her. And so from then I would do all the talking and tell them the information about the program. And so just from her picture alone, I think I've talked to about 15 different people, you know, that weren't even my contact friends. I don't even know them. They're her friends. But I've sold 3 programs just from talking to her friends off of her post. And so, and at first I was like, I don't know, you know, if this is going to even have talk to anybody else, but I really couldn't believe like how many people just came from her posting the picture.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, that's kind of one of the new things that we've been venturing into. And I just wanted to plug, like, even if they don't purchase a full kit or they don't purchase a half kit, that's like my last thing to go to as well. I just kind of like think of it as a post host. And so I'll ask them, you know, hey, like, there is one other way that I can help you get these products for an amazing discount. You could potentially get 80% off. I could help you get like $250 in product for $60. If I sent you a photo and a caption, would you post it on your social media? And if you have friends interested, you know, just like she said, I'll do the follow-up, I'll do the talking. It's worth a shot. Like, that's always how I end it with everyone. Like, it's worth a shot. Like, we'll just put it out there and see what happens. But it does grow your Facebook following, especially your Facebook following, and help you to meet more people that's outside of your network. Again, you guys, like, I know virtual is, you know, kind of new to most of us. And, you know, we're like, trying to figure it out the best that we can. But I think that for me, like, I want to implement this with my whole entire team, that it's just like a staple. Whether you get an order or you don't get an order, just ask them to post for you, because that helps us meet new people all the time. So it's great when we can get somebody on the 30 days. We know it's going to change their life. We know they're going to introduce people to us that way. But sometimes if you feel like you're just kind of at the bottom and you don't know where to go from there, ask them to post. I mean, it's worth a shot, just like we would do when I was, in home talking to people who said they couldn't afford the 30 days or the RA9 set. I would say, you should totally get some girlfriends together. It's the same way. It's just faster because they can post that night. We don't have to book it on my calendar 2 weeks out or whatever. They can literally post right then and there. And so it's just a faster way. So Amber, I think that's all the things. Beth kind of gave me a head nod of if that was like the rundown. And then Amber, I just wanted you to share with us, what do you feel like is different between now and the first time you signed up, with an ID? Like what's changed for you? What's kind of put that fire in your tummy and just made you realize, like, I have to share this with everybody?
Well, the first spark was when, I started the program and I really saw what it could do. And so I think that having that personal testimony, I'm like, why would I not, want to share this with other people, especially like family members who I know need this. But on the business side of things, I've been following Whitney on Instagram and others, and I've just been seeing, especially like the 20-year-olds, like, I'm like, if they can do this, I can do this. Like, why can't I? What do they have that I don't have? And so I think that it's just been a matter of belief and just determination and not giving up hope. So I think that's really like what it comes down to.
And then the last thing that I want to plug is, I know that in our group, for our team, you said, work this business daily, which you've touched on. You're reaching out to about 40 people a day. You said, you get in or you get out what you put in, and then also follow up. And that's been, the biggest thing that I think that we've really tried to drive home with social media. But kind of tell us, like, the first time around when I was like, okay, Amber, this is how we're going to do our bond. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. Were you afraid to follow up with people? And then this time when I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to follow up and this is what we're going to say. Like, what's been the difference there? Because I know now you're not afraid, and I know now that you're doing it and you're rocking and rolling with it, but kind of share like that mindset shift.
Yeah. So I think before, I just cared what people thought too much. I mean, I really think that's all it comes down to, is you just have to throw that, out the door, and not care what other people think. I mean, I just keep telling myself, well, the worst thing they can do is say no. So, so I don't really care. I'm going to keep asking you until you flat out tell me no, because why would I not? So I think that's just all it's come down to, is I've just thrown that out the door, and I don't really care what others have to think. And it's just like, I'm going to do what I have to do to get there. So.
Awesome. And then the one last plug, I know I keep saying last thing, is I do want to add that, we have been in situations, and she sent me screenshots. That's something we didn't talk about. Screenshots, lots of screenshots. She would send part A and she would get part A done, and then they would come back with a question or something she wasn't expecting, and then she would send me another screenshot and she would say, okay, what's next? And lots of those. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of those. And I mean, I would say now, Amber, don't you feel like, for the most part, the first half of the conversation, you're like, oh yeah, I'm good. Like, I can navigate this. Like, I know what I'm doing. And then it's just, those occasional random questions that you're not prepared for, that you're like, okay, now where do I go? But that's super helpful in reaching out to your uplines, taking a screenshot, sending it to your uplines, saying, where do I go from here? But the other part was, in follow-up. So I always say, wait 24 hours. If you've talked to them about the 30 days to healthy living, you tell them what it is, or the business, doesn't matter what you've talked to them about, and you say something, and then you don't get anything back. It's crickets. Sometimes we call it ghosting. They ghost you and you don't hear back from them. So it's it's okay to reach back out the next day and follow up and say, hey girl, just checking in to see if you had a chance to check out that video. Hey girl, just checking in to see if you have any more questions. Hey girl, just wanted to follow up with you. Let me know your thoughts. I would love for you to do this with me. Hey girl, just wanted to check back in. I'm so excited for you. I'm telling you, you would rock this business. It doesn't have to be anything complicated, just super short and simple. And I know just in doing that yesterday, she had a ton of people back and say, oh my gosh, yes, I'm so sorry. I was so busy, but I did get to watch the video. It was so helpful. Thank you so much. So what about this? And then she would get another question and something else to work with. And I think that that helps too, because a lot of times we're afraid to send that, second or third or fourth message. But I feel like, Amber, you've had a really good experience with sending that second, third, and fourth message.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes like I've even gotten, oh my gosh, I opened your message the other day and then I got distracted and I forgot to respond. So it's like some people aren't even intentionally ignoring you. Or maybe they are and they just said that, but I don't know. So I think that's really important to follow up.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, that's all I have. Beth, did we cover everything?
Yeah, that was awesome. And your last question or your last comment about follow-up was what I was going to ask.